guys, it's Samm with 2M's and hello to everyone who is tuning in. I'm so excited because I have the pleasure to have a multi-faceted artist here with me. He makes amazing music and is fresh off the release of his newest album, There and Back Again, to kick off the new year. So everyone, please welcome to Mix, Eric Nam.
Hi, hey everybody. Hey Sam. This is Eric. Now nice to see you all.
Yes, it's great to meet you. I'm a huge fan. I love your music and I love Taiwan Show. Amazing stuff that you've been doing. So how have you been? I mean, Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy
How's the
New
new?
Year.
Yeah, amazing.
Well, yeah, thank you. I've been doing well. I've just been busy.
That's
It was
good.
kind of a wild holiday season because I think while most people kind of take it off, we were kind of preparing for the album launch. So it felt like we never really had a break, but hey, it all worked out, and I'm so excited and glad to see that people are loving the album and resonating with it. And that's, as an artist, that's the best thing ever. So I've been good.
That is good. I mean, I love that. I can imagine it was a really busy holiday season for you too, kind of enjoying the holidays, but also kind of like getting ready for the release. But I think it's the perfect gift to round up the holiday season and to start off the new year. But before we talk more about the album, your Filipino fans miss you, obviously. But just before the lockdown and the pandemic really hit, you were able to visit the Philippines and even did like an episode of Nam Noms. I saw that. So what was it like? What do you remember most about the last trip you had to the Philippines?
I had such a good time. I'm a little, it's kind of sad because it's already been like 2 years and I can't
Yeah.
believe how fast time flew by. But if the Philippines was so much fun, and like the fans there are incredible, and Filipino people can sing.
Thank you.
Like people in the Philippines can sing, they can dance. They're like so talented. And I
Mhm.
don't think I'd had a crowd that sang along so well before. Like they knew every word, they knew every melody, and they know how to party. And as a
Mhm.
performer, like that's like the best, most fun type of show. So I just remember having so much fun. And I wish that I could have been back, and I hope that I can be back sometime in the near future.
Mhm.
But I miss everybody in the Philippines, all my fans in the Philippines, and it's been at least we get to connect over cool Zoom calls and social media. That's all I can
That
say.
is true. Thank you, by the way, for all of your kind words for all the Filipinos. So on behalf of all the Filipino people, you are now welcome. Like anytime you want to come, you can come. I would give you the key to the city if I could,
Oh,
but
thank you. Thank you.
obviously, we can't wait till when you're, back on our side of the world. And we thank God we have your music to keep us company till then, obviously. So once again,
Thank you.
congratulations on the album. Such an amazing album, There and Back Again. So how does
Thank you.
it feel to finally have it out? I'm sure you've been working really hard at it, like you said. So how does it feel to finally here?
Honestly, I'm so glad that it's out. I
Mhm.
started writing it probably around February of last year, and it was a long process. We had the songs ready to go in, I think it was like August,
Yeah.
September-ish, August. And since then it's been like shooting the music video and doing all the legal work and the boring stuff that like I
Nice.
don't want to do but we have to do. And so for me, I was like, can we just put it out? Like, just put it out. Like, I don't like. And so when it was finally out, I was like, oh, thank God it's finally out there, and now I just want people to enjoy it. And I think it's the response has been incredible. People, at least as far as I've seen, they're enjoying the music and the album. And as an artist and as a singer, that's like the greatest compliment.
Mhm.
So it's been really, really cool to see people connecting with my album in such a cool way.
Yeah, I'm sure like working hard at it and finally having it out, it's like a huge like release for you too. Like finally people can hear something that you've been working really hard at. But I do have a bone to pick with you
Oh
for this
no.
album. Yeah,
Oh
no,
God.
because I think you made the most perfect like dance cry album. I don't know if that makes sense, but it like makes you want to dance but also cry at the same time. It's like two opposite emotions, and I just think
Yeah.
it's the most amazing thing. So it's like
Uh,
so dancey, so
thank
vibey, but
you.
also makes you
Thank
kind of want
you.
to cry in your
Yeah.
bedroom. So what's like your intention with this album? Like what was it like kind of forming everything together?
You know what? Like,
Mhm.
there wasn't like a singular, like, this is what I want to make a dance cry
Mhm.
album. I just think,
Mhm.
I probably wrote 40 to 50 songs for this album. And
Wow.
then we just started to like pick the best ones, pick the ones that we
Mhm.
wanted and we liked the most and the ones that people loved the most. And it just kind of happened that this was the collection of 7 songs that make people dance cry. And but I know what you mean, because it's like
Mhm.
even Wildfire, it's like such a sad song, and then there's like a
Yeah.
big drop where you just want to go crazy and it's very confusing.
Mhm.
um but I don't know, I feel like for me it's just like maybe this is subconscious, but like when I'm putting out songs, I'm always like,
Mhm.
I have to perform this. And if I'm going to
Mhm.
perform it, I want to have fun on stage. Like I have ballads and I will do them and everybody gets really quiet and like really sad, but I want to like party. And so I'm like, okay, well then what if we like mash the crying and the dancing together? And maybe that's what happened, you know?
Mhm.
That's
Amazing.
the best explanation I can give you, honestly.
No, for sure. And I totally get what you mean. I feel like dance crying is one of the most underrated things ever. I think it's a great form of catharsis. So
Yeah.
it's going to be amazing for when you play
Yeah.
it live too. Like the album's going to be, and the shows are going to be crazy. So it's going to be really, really fun. But what I love about this album too is that I feel like it's very you, but you on like the next level. I don't know, like it's just really you on the next level. So, and I think that has something to do with the fact that this is your first release as an independent artist, which is definitely a new experience for you. So what are like some new things that you learned about yourself, or maybe like your creative process that you learned throughout creating this album?
Yeah, well, thank you. I
Mhm.
appreciate it. I mean, I think as I was trying to put this album together, that was like a very clear goal of mine,
Mhm.
because we were like, okay, this is going to be an independent album. Like, what's the sound? What's the theme? How do we want to do this? I knew I wanted to upgrade the sound. And so we were like, does that mean we change the genre? Does that mean like what
Mhm.
does that mean? And so we experimented a lot. Like we tried like pop punk. We did like rock music. And I was just like, this is not working. This is not the vibe.
Mhm.
Uh I appreciate us trying, but I don't think this is it. And
Mhm.
so we were like, let's just go back to what I'm good at, which is I think just pop, but
Mhm.
let's get creative in terms of the different instruments that we're using. Let's take more time to think through the musical elements, to think through the lyrics and the production. And I think time is what really worked in our favor this time. Like,
Mhm.
because up until this point, every album that we've put out, it's like a very short production process. Like, I'll fly into LA, I'll be there for like 5 days. We write 7, 8 songs, and then we pick from that, and that's like the EP. Like it's a very, very intense process when I was with the label. And so
Mhm.
for better or for worse, like I had more time. It was kind of on my own terms. The only thing that I was like, I need to hit the deadline is I knew I wanted to tour this year. So I was like,
Mhm.
let's just get out an album and then make sure that we can tour. And so that was the only constraint. And then the other thing that I've learned is that like it's a lot of work.
Life.
It's just so much work, guys.
Mhm.
I, it's, I think when you come from a K-pop label and
Mhm.
they, K-pop is such a massive genre and
Mhm.
also like a business, to be very frank, right? Like there's nothing wrong with that, but I
Yeah.
think there's so many great things that K-pop delivers to fans, not only music, but music videos, like
Yeah, the whole
variety
thing.
shows, like
Yeah.
light sticks and merch and all these, like there's so many things that go into it,
Mhm.
but they have like teams of tens and 10, 20, 30 people working on it. Whereas literally for me, it's like me and like a team of 2, 3 people doing
Mhm.
most of everything production wise. And so it was a lot of work, but I'm very thankful for the team that I do have. And I'm very glad that we were able to pull off what we did, given our limited resources and
Mhm.
this being the first time. So big shout out to my team, everybody on it across everything. And I love them to death. And it's been a process.
No, yeah, I can imagine. Shout out to your team too for, and of course you, Eric, for doing such an amazing thing, like releasing music. Obviously, like during this time, it's like such an amazing thing, still being able to release music, and even as an independent artist. And like you said, there's a lot of things that have gone into your journey. You've experienced a lot of things with K-pop music and like being a creative, just in general. So I do want to know, like, to when you first started, this whole journey of yours, this whole music journey, if you could go there and back again, what would you say to your younger self,
I think, what would I say to my younger self? I think I would have started even earlier,
Oh.
to be very honest,
Mhm.
because I started in Korea, and in terms of K-pop, I started late. When I debuted, I was 24.
Mhm.
In Korea, that's like 26.
Yeah.
And they were like, this dude's ancient. And so I was like, oh, thanks, y'all. But I'm really glad I got an education, and I'm really glad I got a degree. But if I had thought that I actually had a chance at doing this, I would have probably pursued it a little bit earlier. And so that's, I think, when I think about what I told myself, it'd be that, and to anybody who is thinking about pursuing music or anything creative, to try it. And you don't have to do it where it's like it's all in, but you could inch your way towards that process. So that'd be the only thing. And then also just to know that nothing ever goes according to plan in entertainment, and that's just the way it is, and you just got to roll with the punches. And the sooner you accept it, the easier everything becomes.
Ooh, I think that's something you can apply to life, not just like in the entertainment industry. Something definitely you can, wise words for everyone who's tuning in right now. But we do miss you in the Philippines, like I said earlier, and we can't wait to have you back here. But you are going on tour very, very soon. So how excited are you to be finally touring again, like in many different parts of the world, especially with this album that is very personal to you?
I'm very excited. I'm be honest, I'm a little nervous just because the world and the situation that we're in, like, it makes me nervous. But I think, we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna do things as best as we can. And more than anything, I'm so excited to perform again, and be able to see my fans. And I think for any artist, like, it's the most rewarding thing to be able to perform and meet your fans. And that's like why we do this. And so I'm stoked. Very simply put, I'm freaking excited, and I cannot wait. And I just started rehearsals, and we have a full band. We have some dancers. We got like a lot of things happening. So it's going to be a really fun time, and I can't wait.
Ooh, are we gonna see some Eric Nam there and back again dance moves? I think people are excited for that.
We're gonna have some very basic dancing. I think the point now is to just have dance moves that everybody can follow.
Oh yeah.
I think, especially with this album, I was like, do we need choreo? And I was like, there's nothing in this album that requires K-pop choreo. I feel like the album is much more of a vibe. It's just like a good vibe. And so I just want people to sing. I want people to just like chill, relax, sing their hearts out. And if they want to just dance like this, you can do whatever you want. But there's not gonna be this thing. So yeah. But it'll be a good time. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for everyone to dance, cry at your shows. Can't wait for you to feel that whole vibe going on. But till then, until we have you back in the Philippines, everyone's going to dance, cry in their rooms to your newest album, There and Back Again. Such an amazing album once again, Eric. Congratulations on the album. But before I go, do you have a message to all your Filipino fans who miss you?
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Sam, for an incredible interview. This is such a fun interview, and I thought your questions were awesome. Second, to my fans and everybody in the Philippines, thank you so much for your support and your love always. Like, I know we're very far apart geographically, but through the internet, I see you, I feel you, I hear you, everything you're saying, everything you're putting out into the universe, those TikToks, those tweets, I see it all. So thank you so much. You guys are absolutely the best. And I cannot wait to be back in the Philippines to obviously perform and sing and dance with y'all, but also to have some really good food. So cannot wait. But until then, please stay healthy, stay safe, be happy. And I will see you hopefully very soon. So thank you so much, and enjoy the album.
Thank you so much, Eric, for everything that you do with the music, all the creative stuff you have going on. Thank you so much. And we can't wait to have you back here. Like I said, you're welcome anytime. So thanks again, Eric.
It's time to bring the bass back. Mix is the beat of our culture. your music.
I thank God for the opportunity to make music and for that music to be on a platform for people to come out and love.
Your stories.
It's gold for the Philippines!
The next generation of creators, artists, and filmmakers.
We bring you the latest and greatest impacting people from our community.
Spotlighting inspiring content from Generation Mix.
It's just a true honor to be able to do this, especially with all the great Filipino talent here.
Discover fresh artists first from around the world. Uniquely Filipino.